Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 32-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer. And today we're going to be unstuffing my envelopes for the 5th and final week of August. So if you are new here, I get paid through PayPal. I do all my transactions on my PayPal debit card. I am cashless, so all of the money in my binders is prop money, and all we're going to be doing today is pulling that money out of my binders so that they match what is in my envelopes online. So let's just go ahead, dive on in. We do have a decent amount of transactions for this week as I'm gearing up to go to a festival. Today is Monday, so I'm leaving tomorrow for the festival, so just had to get everything prepared for that. So let's just go ahead, dive on in with my variable expenses. So we are not pulling out of Buffer. We are going to be pulling out of Crochet by Jamie. So I spent $4 on Etsy fees for the month. I did make I made one sale last month and that covered most of my Etsy fees, but I still owed $4. So we only have a 5 in the envelope, so we're just going to break that into 2 2s and a 1. Ooh. Sorry. And then we're going to put down the 2 and we'll just put the 1 back. Or sorry, we'll put the 4 down and put the 1 back into the envelope. I'm a little crowded over here today. Okay. And we'll go ahead and highlight that off. Next envelope we're going to be pulling from is gas. So I only filled up my tank once this week. I do still have another half tank left, so that should be enough to get me out of Pennsylvania and into Ohio tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I don't want to have to fill up with Pennsylvania gas prices, but we'll see what happens. But we're pulling $31 out of this envelope today. So, nope, we'll break a 20 into 2 10s. And then we will pull out 20, 30, and 1. And that leaves us with 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 6, and 7. $107. Which I am going to be filling up my tank multiple times this week, but it's all going to be from my festival funds. So that is way more than enough money, because I need 0. Okay, groceries we're not pulling out of. Prescriptions we are pulling $10 from. I picked up one of my prescriptions, and it costs $10, so we'll pull out the 10, and we have $15 left in prescriptions. And then we are going to be pulling from spending this week. I bought something on Amazon, and I honestly can't tell you what it is. Maybe I shouldn't have bought whatever that was on Amazon if I can't remember what it is, but I can't remember what it is, and so that's fun. But it costs $12, so we have $15 in the envelope, so we'll just put down all 15 and take back 3. So that's $12 down, and we have $3 left in the envelope. I wonder what I bought. Okay, so next we're going to move into my high priority binder. Most of the rest of my transactions are going to be from here. So we're going to go first into car cost. I was driving to work on Thursday and I hit something metal when I pulled onto the parkway and I ripped a hole in my tire. So I had to go to a tire shop and get a new one. And that cost $65. So let me just calculator that, make sure we don't mess up here. $355 is what we should have left in here. And of course I don't have, so let me put down a 100. So 80, 70, and 65. So this should be $355 in here now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 20, 30, 45, 55, $355, perfect. I got a used tire because I blow through tires like nobody's business between door dashing, and then I have something wrong with like the tabs that hold my tires into place, so I just wear through tires faster, which is very unfortunate, but it costs $1,500 to fix it, and I don't have $1,500 in my car envelope. They said it's not a safety concern, so I'm just gonna keep saving up until I do have that kind of disposable income, and then hopefully get that fixed. In the meantime, I'll just keep buying new tires as I need them. Hopefully I don't hit anything else. All right, festivals. Let me pull. Oops. I was getting prepared for my next festival season, so I made some little tabs, but we'll go over that later. All right, so in festivals, I had a couple different transactions. So I went to CVS and I bought 2 gallons of water so that I could make my electrolytes. I went to Giant Eagle and I spent $57 on all of the food that I'll need for the week, or most of the food that I'll need for the week. And then I went to Sheetz and I got 3 bags of ice for my cooler. So $75 is what we're going to be pulling out of festivals. Ooh. So 220 minus 75 is 145 is what we should have left in festivals. And nope, so we'll break a 50 into what, 2 20s. No, 120, 2 10s, and 2 5s. And then we can take 50, 70, why did I do that? 75. And we have left 120, 45. Just doing things the complicated way here, I guess, tonight. Okay. So that is 3 transactions there. And then the final transaction we need to pull out is in my long-term savings binder, I believe. Yes. So I had my psychiatrist appointment, and I normally pay with my debit card, my like Big Girl Job debit card, but I left it at home. So I had to use this debit card to pay for it. So we're just going to pull out the $40 for that from here. So we'll just put down 50 and take back 10. And we do not count this binder until we do the cash condensing. So we'll just leave that alone. And then I'm not going to put this away because I'm actually going to need it in a second. But we're just going to go ahead, add everything up, see how much we should have, and then make sure that that is what is in the tray. So, oops. No. Okay, so 237 is what I'm getting. And let's see what we got. All right, so we have 100, 50, 100, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 2. It's 237, perfect. And then the final thing that we need to do today is cover my roundup challenge. So every time I make a purchase, it usually has some change with it. So I just add up all of the change and then add that to my roundup challenge. I also had a $5 Atlas Earth payout, which I am adding to the challenge. And I got my interest for the month, which was $21.58. So we're adding that to the challenge as well. So we're adding $30.30 in this week, which is a nice number for a non-Big Girl Job paycheck week. So, and we're gonna add that to 128.19, so 158.49. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and color in the circles that we need. And then we will add the money, count it, make sure that we are good to go. So we are filling in 3 circles. Every circle is worth $10. And then we're adding 30 which I don't have a 20 in the tray. So I'll just take this 10 and we'll grab a 20 from my stash for 30. So we should have 158 in here now. So we have 1, 20, 40, 55, 7, 158. Perfect. So that is going to be it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I am pre-recording my videos for next week since I'll be out of town. I'll be in Kansas for the festival. So I'm actually going to immediately after this record my budget with me and my cash stuffing. So I will see you on Monday for my budget with me.